Well, hats off to Columbus Grove. They came in, had a great game plan defensively. We were just chatting about it. There wasn't many opportunities to drive the lane early, which created some sloppy play by us early. Defensively early, we weren't who we were supposed to be and struggled to kind of get into our defensive scheme, but I thought our kids did a great job as the game progressed, settling down into our defensive game plan. And then obviously having a kid that, like the kid sitting right next to me is huge and stepping up big in that second half. Fourth quarter points in the paint were critical. Our defensive stops were critical. Stephen Coleman coming up big with some big time rebounds and baskets in that fourth quarter. Des Jet, does everything that every coach loves, but doesn't ever show up on the stat sheet. So really a team effort tonight. We had some guys step in off the bench and give us some valuable minutes. So really proud of our guys to be heading into the regional finals, and we'll see who we can play next.
Zeb, step in there. Fourth quarter, I think you were down 2 or up 2, I can't remember, but you seemed to, I'm guessing you guys worked it out where you were going to have to exert yourself a little bit, and you did that. Just talk about that stretch of the game. You got a 2, a 3, I think a couple free throws, and then hit another one later. Talk about how confident you were in that situation to get that done.
Really confident. Coach trusts me a lot, and I know that. And when it gets to that point, I kind of tell them, don't worry. And when I get into that mode, that mentality, everything works out how we want it to.
And for the 32 minutes, though, it wasn't just you. You guys had 4 guys in double figures, I believe. Just talk about the balance of the team.
The balance was great. We always talk to each other to stay together, play together. And we started off slow, and I took that on me. And especially when we went to halftime, we just kept talking to each other, kept communicating. And staying together was a huge part of everyone being successful.
And Rob, I talked about it yesterday, but do you think being here last year helped these guys tonight, especially in the fourth quarter?
Well, if you asked me that question in the first quarter, I don't know if I would have answered it the way I'm going to answer it right now. But yeah, it's definitely an advantage, and really any time you're playing in March, at this point, the experience, it becomes crucial. And we were able to kind of call on some past experiences late in games when they took the lead. We didn't panic. We were a little discombobulated, but in the timeouts that we had, nobody was panicking. We were kind of committed to just figuring out whatever was going wrong. Stick to our plan and credit our kids for going out there and doing that. And like you said earlier, 4 guys in double figures. That's been our thing, all season long. So that's huge for us.
Coach, you play more zone tonight than what you usually play, or do you adjust that to what the other team's doing?
It's really, predicated to, the flow of the game. We mix zone in. There's been games where we've played the majority of the game zone, and so it just, I'm not a zone guy. I'm more man-to-man, the old school man-to-man.
I'm trying to sense that.
Yeah. But, I've got some great assistant coaches that give me some balance and that have been pushing the zone with our length and athleticism. It really lends itself to playing a good, solid, 3-2 zone, 2-3 zone.
I was kind of amazed the way you went from man-to-man to the zone. You guys seem to flow into it so easily.
Yeah.
That sometimes when you make the transition from defenses, it takes the kids a little while to figure out where I'm supposed to be when I'm doing. But I thought the transition was very smooth.
Well, again, credit to the kids. The communication that happens on the court is, especially in an environment like this where I'm screaming my brains out to, try to communicate. It really becomes them on the floor communicating to one another, and I think they did a great job. Even when it got kind of choppy and dicey, we kind of settled down. I saw them communicating to each other on the floor, so that's critical, doing those things.
Well, you scored 34 points in the paint. I would say your quickness inside kind of got to him after a while, and he was one of them right there that
Sure.
really took over. So you got to be pretty happy the way you were able to get the ball inside and score those guys.
But yeah, that was, the conversation, especially from my assistant coaches all game, pounded inside, and it's the conversation that took place at halftime and throughout the game is we really needed to get. It didn't mean we couldn't shoot outside shots. Obviously, Zeb stepped up and hit some outside shots for us, but getting that ball to the rim is critical, especially when it gets late in the game.
Zeb, have you always had that bulldog mentality where you want things in your hands late in games?
Honestly, my dad, my granddad, they preach that honestly, and I do love Kobe, and I read a lot of his books and stuff like that. So just learning from him and going game by game, I kind of just try and work on it and figure out when it's time for me to take it.
Good?
Yeah, good.